Welcome all to our first of 3 segments of ZeroHP's kind of game of the year weekend that we're going to have this upcoming week. Well, while you're if you're watching this is this weekend. I can't do that as well as you can.
Remix.
My name is Ian. I am joined by Taylor and Jimmy.
Yo, what's up?
And this first segment, this is going to be the first one we put out. This is our actual game of the year segment. Now, the way we did this is we made everyone, all 5 of us, so Jimmy, myself, Taylor, Chris, and Kevin, we all did our top 5 games of the year. And then what I did was I just looked through all, you had to be in position from your first favorite to your 5th and on. Yeah. And so I went through and looked what got the most votes and had the highest average position. And we came up with the top 5 games.
Yeah.
So you guys have any just kind of summaries of what did you guys think about the year overall, in general?
Oh, I thought 2015 was a fantastic year for games. Gosh, the holiday release, starting in October or whatever, was just insane. I barely had money for bills. That shit was crazy.
I bought all of it too. I was like,
yeah,
how am I doing this? I should be giving this to charity or something.
Yeah.
Games.
Yeah, well, we all did a bartering system because we all borrowed games from each other too
right.
to actually play. So
Yep, I still have your Metal Gear Solid. And
yep.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into those. But so without further ado, before we kind of get started into our conversation part, go ahead and check out our games. Now, this is not in order yet, so these are just the games that were nominated, the nominees, and then we will go through 5 through 1 and tell you what the position is up to Game of the Year. So before we get into that, here are our nominees for 2015 Game of the Year. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Fallout 4.
This time I'm ready. Because I know war.
War never changes. I have a question. The only question that matters. Would you risk your life for your fellow man, even if that man is a synth?
Beneath the Commonwealth.
Rocket League. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
It's ours.
If we fail, we lose our chance of revenge.
When the time comes, I'll pull the trigger.
From here on out, you're on your own.
Bloodborne.
Your blood's gonna get. I knew it was. The devil came. Made you bad for good. So death is coming. Purge this town. I know your name. And I'm gonna cut you.
Okay, so those are our 5 games. We got Metal Gear Solid, Witcher, Fallout, Bloodborne, and Rocket League as our top 5 games, as voted by the 5 of us.
Yeah, it's a great fucking list.
It really is. It's kind of all over the place.
It was tough too. There's even some that got left out that I think could have been on there too. I think a lot of us agreed, but the top 5 that we have are really good and got the most votes. So it's definitely a good system, and I think they're all great games in their own respect. So
definitely, and that our second segment will be about the rest.
Yeah, because this was collectively the average top amongst all of us,
right?
Which actually only 2 of those on there were mine. So there's other like 3 of those on that list weren't on mine. So like there are other games, and we'll do those are kind of like on the honorable mention.
Exactly. Yeah, two of them weren't on my top 5 either. I think everyone had some that weren't on there.
Yeah, so this is just collectively ZeroHP's.
All of them were on mine except for one. So it's interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's pretty much, I mean, it does build a consensus. I mean, none of those blew you away.
No, not at all.
These have been on the top 5 games of pretty much every major
list, really.
publication.
These all deserve the top 5.
Absolutely. So I guess we should just start and go down our countdown, and we'll just go talk about each game and our experiences with the game and what we think. Of course, we won't know what you guys thought. You can get mad at us if we left your favorite game off, but that's it's the way the cookie crumbled.
Yep. I guarantee someone will be pissed.
That's we need views for people to be mad at us.
Oh, that's true, huh? What's that thing we need? Oh, people.
Oh, people.
People.
Hey,
people that watch videos.
By the way, we like 2 weeks ago we had like 22 subscribers, and we're at 66. That's in like 14 days.
Yeah, that was great.
So that's
thank you
awesome.
Everybody that subscribed.
Yeah,
awesome,
amazing. All right, so number 5, and now like right now I'll be pulling up the trailer. I'm gonna do some serious fucking editing. It's going to look awesome. Number 5 was Metal Gear Solid, Phantom Pain.
Yeah.
I made an executive decision to put this on here because even though it wasn't even on my top 5, that we had between our votes, we actually got 1 through 4, and then there was 1 vote for a bunch of different games. But I just felt like it was the best of those 1 vote games.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Taylor, you guys actually played it more. I played about 12 to 14 hours of it.
Yeah,
and you guys both beat it, so you guys take it away on this one.
Yeah, honestly, on my personal game of the year list, it was my game of the year, just because it was purely one of the most fun games I played this year. Like, as many of you guys know who have played it, there's really not much story to tell about. Usually not totally formulaic for the Metal Gear Solid series. They always usually have really well done stories, especially in like 4 and 3. But this one was kind of a weaker entry into the series, with a story that was kind of lackluster, I guess, than most of the series. But honestly, the gameplay is what I really played it for. Like, I still can find myself going back to play it every once in a while just to do the missions because it's that fun. For the longest time, the Batman games are my favorite stealth games. I think Metal Gear Solid has definitely taken the mantle away from those as my favorite stealth games, and you just can't beat it. Every single release that there's been in the Metal Gear Solid franchise, 1 through 5, the controls have gotten a little better and a little more fluid each time. And I think they finally hit the perfect formula with this one. And I'm excited to see what they do next. And I loved it. I loved following these characters from past games and bringing them up here. And then even some new ones that I hadn't heard of before or just never got the opportunity to play with. So it was a great game. I loved it.
Yeah, I had a great time with it too. It was not on my top 5. It's definitely an honorable mention. I agree with you on everything. Like, I thought the mechanics were perfect. Like, stealth was great. The shooting was great. Everything about that was just fantastic. I thought it got a little repetitive about halfway through the game. I felt like a lot of the missions were pretty much kind of just infiltrate this, take some guys out, and retrieve something.
Yeah. Rinse, repeat, really.
Yeah.
There's like 3 or 4 kind of missions that you just do.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was beautiful. I can't imagine that I would ever say that like Afghanistan is a beautiful place. They made that beautiful. Like, yeah. It's an ugly desert, but like the art was beautiful. They just looked so nice.
Yeah, there was green in places where you wouldn't think there'd be green, like weird like rivers, like just very well crafted environments that were fun to stealth around in, and like villages that were really, close knit together. It made you really feel like you were there, and snaking through.
I'm just glad I get that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like before playing that, I would have.
Well, yeah, I'd like to mention that I've not ever played any of the previous ones. No, I lie. I did play 4. That was the one that came out on PlayStation 3, right?
Yeah, the one that had too much story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the only one I had played, so I was a little lost in this one, and I had to do a little bit of research to kind of get caught up on what's going on exactly. But I had a great time with that game, and that game deserves to be on this list.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was saying. I just made an executive decision because, like, even I think it's important when, like, even us as we're amateur game journalists, right? Like, we don't have to follow that kind of rule, but I think it's important that we do.
Right.
And, like, I had to be objective. I didn't love it, but I understood and played the game, and it's incredible. Like, it needs to be on the top 5 of the list. It's just too good.
Yeah.
Because, like, the gameplay stuff, even when the stealth probably the best stealth game I've ever played in my life. Like, ever.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, even just when you get into combat, like the gunplay and the gunfire, like, so good. I mean, it was just so good.
Oh, it really was. And no one can deny that parachuting people up into space or wherever it's not.
It was awesome.
That is so much fun.
And I didn't play I haven't played any of the previous MGS. Like, it was one of those things. I care a lot about storylines. Like, that's my number one thing. And people who listen to me, us, know that now. That's my thing. So, like, I don't hold against the game that I didn't know what the fuck was going on at all. Like, it's not the game's fault.
Yeah.
Because it's my fault for not having played the other games. But, like, that was a main reason that after about 12 to 14 hours, I couldn't keep playing because I had no drive. I didn't know who any of these people were, why they were doing any of it, why we were killing these people, like, any of it at all. And I never knew what was happening. And I just couldn't, like, I didn't ever have that drive of, like, oh, I gotta go find out. I gotta go play Metal Gear because I need to know what happens next.
Yep.
So that was the only thing that didn't keep me in it because it was perfect as far as game.
I totally get that.
So, any final thoughts on the game at all? Totally worthwhile. Number 5, right?
Great.
Yeah. Could have been higher, I think, in some respects, actually. But
I definitely don't fault anybody for not. I don't think it would be anybody else's game of the year, but at least that it made the top 5. I'm glad that it's at least there.
I think it was important that it did.
Yeah.
That's why I
agree.
Threw it on there. So number 4 was Rocket League.
Yeah.
Which is like indie game, come out of nowhere.
Yeah. Indie games coming out of nowhere everywhere.
I know. Ori and the one was
taking the internet by storm.
Oh yeah, just wait. Yeah, our honorable mention lists. I mean.
Yep, that's coming up. I'm sure Ori will be on that.
Undertale.
Oh god.
Yeah, I mean, so much good games. I almost put Undertale on my top 5. It didn't make it, but So yeah, Rocket League, I did not play it. I have watched probably 6 hours worth of YouTube videos of people playing it,
right.
and
yeah,
I
do
do see the fun, and I can imagine it's fun. But Taylor, you actually played.
Yeah, I did.
It.
I didn't, play it for like, hours on end or anything. I just played it at Chris's house. Me, Chris, and Kevin just sat around and played it for like a good bit, and I was like, wow, I kind of want to play this game because I saw it in his PS4, library, and like, let's play this because I kind of want to get an opinion on it.
Yeah.
So we started playing it, and it's really fun. It definitely falls under like a really fun party game that, like you were saying earlier, Jimmy, is easy to learn but very hard to master. Chris was playing it, and he was, we did like a one-on-one, and he just totally destroyed me because like you just have to get used to the controls, and it's like you got to know when to hit the ball precisely. You can make your car do like a jump and a double jump to knock it into the goal, and then you have so many other players playing around you, and it really is like a team thing. I'd actually like to see it be catapulted farther into like an esports thing because I think it's a lot more fun to watch too than a MOBA is.
It's so fun to watch.
Like I said, I've watched lots of hours
Me
of it.
too.
Yeah, I mean, it really is just watching soccer with cars. So, I mean, I think I find it really entertaining, and I think that in the next year or so when they make more content for it or maybe even release a good patch with more stuff in it, it's a really fun game, and I had a lot of fun playing it in like the 2 or 3 hours that I played it.
Oh, yeah. So. Well, they're already getting... I guess you'd call it like sponsorships and such like that because I think they're putting in the Warthog from Halo.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
The one that's kind of, I'm saving it. So
companies are buying into it.
I hadn't gotten a chance to play. I've been watching just like you, watching tons of Let's Plays, and then I was gonna actually buy it on Steam, and then I saw the thing for Xbox. I was like, oh, that's that's awesome because like I have a lot of friends on Xbox Live, so it'll be a ton of fun
all these
to play on there.
And such.
Yeah, the Warthog, the little Gears of War truck thing that's going to be on there too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a fun party game too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would love for us all to sit down and just play that.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
good recording.
This was Kevin's number 2.
This is all the games for number 5 only received 1 vote each.
Okay.
Like random stuff. Like I had Total War Attila and Tomb Raider.
Gotcha.
My games. No one else voted for those except me.
Yeah.
So Rocket League received 2 votes from Kevin and Chris.
Okay.
And so therefore it made number 4.
Okay, cool. Yeah, they're the ones that have played a lot of it.
Yeah,
Too bad they're not
exactly.
here to really talk about it, but they're the ones that really played a shit ton of it.
We can only fit 3 people around a mic at a time.
Yep, and everybody's busy.
Yeah, you have to work around schedules. So the 2015 like honorable mention video will have Kevin, Chris, and are you gonna be on that one?
I was gonna be.
I think you'll be on all 3, man.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Okay. Cool. I have a lot.
I don't know what I signed up for.
I actually have more to say about honorable mentions than I do top 5.
Yeah.
Like, I've just got so many of those.
I know, me too, dude.
I can talk about them
I wish
for
I was
hours.
on that video myself, but it's all right. We'll be doing. The 3 of us will also return and do the third of the 3 Game of the Year segments, which is looking forward to 2016.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's coming up. That'll be on Sunday that releases.
So anything else you guys want to say about Rocket League?
No, can't wait to keep playing it. It'll just keep going it forever and ever.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. Get a bunch of friends together, break out the drinks, and play a good party.
Yeah,
game.
just keep playing Rocket League. Awesome game. Number 3. So this received, I think, 3 votes.
Ooh, so we're in the top 3
So we're
now.
getting in there.
Yeah, we're getting there. It's getting nice and sweaty.
I think there may be some surprises coming up ahead, including this one.
Yeah. This one's Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
I think I had it as my. Actually, I don't think I did put it on my top 5.
It wasn't on mine.
Oh, really? Was
it
that
on
the only
yours?
one? Yeah.
No, you and Kevin and Chris. Oh no, not Chris. Maybe I did.
No, Chris.
what the
Chris
fuck
put
did
it
I-
on his.
Oh, Chris did.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, I didn't. I don't remember this shit. This is like 72 hours ago, guys.
Yeah.
It's a long time. So it received 3 votes.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was
I had
worthy
fun.
of being on a Game of the Year list.
The reason it's not on mine was because I felt like I was playing a version of Fallout 3 that they really enhanced and just made it work better.
It was too samey.
To say layman's terms, work better and look nicer. I didn't think it innovated anywhere for the series.
No.
It had the meta game of building your town, but
was cool.
it was cool, but I put no time into it just because I didn't want to.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. I know a ton of people who just played it for including
Yeah.
me. I did what was necessary to build what you need for the story parts, and then
Totally.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then I think Kevin built a fucking fortress.
yeah.
And became the
Alyssa's
king
played
of
it. Alyssa's played it for 10 hours and hasn't done jack shit. She just built that whole village.
See? So
Which is why it's a good game. Like,
Yeah.
even though it does rehash everything.
Oh, it wasn't on my list, but I still sunk in about 40 hours. Like, I don't sink in 40 hours to garbage.
No, same. Yeah, I've got like a 40, 50-hour game as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was the same thing over again, which means you got the best of it and you got the worst of it.
Yeah.
And the same of it,
And then just some of the side questing was repetitive. If you did any of the Minuteman missions, every single one of them was the same, wasn't it? Like you needed to just go to an area and clear it out.
I did full Brotherhood of Steel, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I kind of went through and did almost everybody's till you got to the point where you had to make a decision on who you'd be with. And yeah, Minutemen, man, that was boring.
Yeah.
Did not have fun.
No, I did like 3 of their missions. I was like, I'm done.
I
with
knew
it.
as soon as I saw that fucking cowboy guy, I was like, I don't trust this guy.
I don't trust this guy. I think we kind of were distant on it immediately, which is just because that's the way we felt. I will say the biggest difference in it as a positive is it tells a much better story. I like the voiced main character personally.
Me too.
Big fan of that.
Oh my gosh!
Awesome.
Actually, this was my favorite female lead voice because I played a female character, and it was so good in an RPG.
Same with the male.
So good, yeah.
Yeah,
Million
really
was good too, yeah.
I was
good.
very impressed by it.
Yeah, I mean, and the companions are like actual characters and not just retarded AI that just ruin your fucking day.
Oh yeah.
So that was a big deal as well. They had personalities and good written. Everyone has a story about their favorite companion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just
I mean,
funny.
the dog was kind of retarded though.
He was kind of retarded.
He would just go out and just
fucking
attack.
dog meat.
dog meat.
You can get him armor though. That was cool.
Can you?
Yeah, I have armor.
Yeah,
on him.
you can.
You can get the dog armor in Metal Gear Solid, so I'm just gonna throw that out.
There you go.
Yeah, like Valentine was a great character.
Yeah, Valentine was awesome.
I loved him. He was fantastic.
Dance was cool.
Dance was cool. Yeah.
I took out. I think Lucy or something like that was the name. It was
Oh yeah, a robot.
yeah,
one of the floating robots.
Yeah, those cleaning slave robots, whatever they are.
Cogsworth ass.
Yeah,
guy.
Cogsworth. That's it.
Yeah, Cogsworth. Yeah, she was pretty cool. Once you quested with her for a while, she asks you to find her a synth body, and you actually get her into a body.
Oh,
so she can
that's really cool.
Like,
she hot?
touch and stuff. She's got a pixie cut, so if you're into that,
not really.
Yeah,
I could go for it. I could go for a robot.
If you're into midlife crisis, mom.
Can I speak to the manager haircut?
Her story, guys. We're back.
Oh my god.
Couch.
Fucking that game.
Oh man.
That not as.
And it's apparently Kevin fucking loves that game. By
He
the
does.
way, we need to go. We should play it instead of just talking about Casting Couch.
Okay. Yeah. That's why he loves it.
Oh, right. That would be why he loves it. Actually.
I just wanted to add a small little thing in about Fallout.
Of course,
because, like I've said before and a ton of times before, I wasn't really a big fan of Fallout 3.
Right.
So I'm not going to be too long with it, but I found this game a lot more enjoyable than Fallout 3, and I had a lot more fun with it. I think they polished all the things that I wanted to about it, and I think it was like a necessary jump. You know, it was made on really kind of the same engine. It really wasn't impressive graphic wise, but I just had a lot of fun with it. And as all you guys know, I will toot the horn of Bethesda anytime they make a new game. So,
hell yeah, dude!
I fucking loved it. I think it was probably, I forget, the top 3 in my personal list was very close between all 3.
Yeah.
But it was definitely like number 2 or number 3, I think. So.
And I'm gonna real quickly just agree that it was fun, and I thought it was more fun than Fallout 3. It just was missing that, like, Fallout 3 was so new, and like it was just like a whole new world to like explore, and like you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
This just was like an extension of it.
Yeah.
So I could see you not caring for Fallout 3 that much and not really playing a whole lot of it unless you did.
I played a little, not enough to really, I guess.
So you got more of the experience from this one.
Yeah.
And I could totally get that. Like, actually, looking at it subjectively, I think 4 is a better game.
Yeah.
Everything was so new in Fallout 3 that I'm comparing it.
Yeah, it was like your first time in the Wasteland.
Exactly.
You know, for a lot of us.
And just the mechanics of everything.
Yeah, the shooting was better too. So
yeah,
it was definitely an improved experience, but it just wasn't quite improved enough.
Yes.
Or changed enough. So that's why it only made number 3. All right, so here's where we get into the parts where I am in a huge disagreement with this, but this is what happens when you live in a democratic society.
Yep.
You don't always get what you want.
No.
You're not the dictator, Ian.
I'm not the dictator.
You can't just tell us what to do.
I know. I'm aware of that. It's the English blood in me that makes me want to command all of you and tell you what to do. So our number 2 by vote was Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt.
Yeah.
Now, not a lot of our group played it, so it kind of messed it up a little bit, but that's okay.
Actually, us 3 here were the only ones that played it.
Yeah. I feel like if Kevin and Chris both played it, they both would have had it on their list, and it would have won.
I totally agree.
But that's okay.
They would have.
Maybe not Kevin, because he's weird and he doesn't like good games. Sometimes.
He is the budget gamer.
Yeah.
He is the
well,
budget
since
gamer.
it was Ian's favorite game, Kevin would have left it off.
Exactly. He left it off and be like, I think it sucks.
Yeah.
Just to piss me
off.
Right?
He'd put it right with The Last of Us in the garbage bin at his house.
He didn't put it in the garbage bin. He just doesn't want to play. He's too scared to play it. It's scary for him.
So
someday I'll have him come over and we'll finish it. We're halfway through
that. He just didn't want to. He was
when I talked to him, he was like, I think the gameplay is not that good. Which is fine, whatever. But he said he's really into the story and he wants to finish it.
Okay.
So that's fine.
He's
that's
silly dude.
He's a weirdo. That's all right.
Yeah. So
fuck him.
Fuck you, Kevin.
So the fucking Witcher 3. My biggest takeaway from this game was I feel like it's revolutionized and brought side questing to the mainstream, like main questing. It feels. I was invested in side questing. I thought each one was different from the other. I thought each one had its own mini story that I kind of cared about, like
that would turn into a huge story. It was 4 hours long.
Exactly, and it wasn't. Whereas in Metal Gear and Fallout, like I said, I thought the side questing and all that was there was a lot of repetition in there. Not in Witcher at all. I enjoyed every single side quest I did. It was so fun.
I mean, if you were to describe what the missions were, they would be repetitive. Like, you have lots of Witcher contracts. You go kill a monster. Go find this. Go. I mean, if you were to tell someone what you're physically doing in the world, it would sound repetitive. Mm-hmm. But the writing around it was so brilliant that it would fool you into thinking they were completely different experiences.
Yeah, because it was
compelling
mini stories.
Storytelling.
Absolutely. it was like it automatically shot into my top 5 games of all time, which is crazy for me because that's awesome. That is like a golden box. It's like hissing and everything.
Yeah.
Nothing makes it in there. You know, I haven't put a game in there since like the Mass Effect series. Like,
yeah.
So that was. I'm a huge fan of Geralt, and like I played the second game.
Yeah,
I didn't really play the first.
You're a real big fan of Geralt.
I'm a real big fan of Geralt. Yeah. It's one of those things where he's like that. When I first started playing Witcher as a series, I was like, this guy sounds like a fucking retard, and like he's trying to be Batman or whatever.
He really is medieval Batman though.
He kind of is.
That's something that I can get down with easily.
But I just like once you get far enough in the game, like that kind of starts to ebb away a little bit. And he really is like he's a total character. He's got this like world weariness about him and kind of this like sarcasm and like I don't know. I fucking love Geralt. I love all the characters.
It's so good.
All the writing, beautiful graphics, giant open world, full of things to do. I mean,
it's funny.
It's the perfect RPG.
I can say so much good about Witcher that you would think it was my number 1. It wasn't. Bloodborne was my number 1. But I can almost say that I have more good things to say about Witcher. I just had fun more in Bloodborne, but Witcher has one of the best stories, or the way the story was told through the game was one of the best that I've ever experienced. I think it's one of the most beautiful worlds I've ever seen. There's so much to do. The side questing is awesome. I really love everything. I think the controls could use a little bit more tweaking.
Yeah, they're a little wonky. The horse is terrible.
The horse is terrible. Terrible.
That's why I didn't give this game a 10.
Yeah.
The horse and like a little bit of the stiffness of control.
I just found that when like you would run, like you'd like go into a full speed run and then you'd like have to stop real quick. It takes him a little bit to turn around. And it's like fuck, so annoying to just
you like pass something.
Yeah, because he starts in like a walk and then he goes into a run.
Kind of like realism, you know.
Yeah, I would just rather have him like just like. You know, you tilt the stick a little bit and he walks and you just do it full. He just goes into a run.
Yeah.
And then just stops on a dime. As unrealistic as it is,
yeah,
I would have much preferred that.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I have the same situation sometimes.
I did have fun though. Once I was going fast on the horse, you didn't have to steer him because he just follows
if
the
you
path.
go on the
If you're
road,
on a path,
it auto steers.
I actually like that.
That's because they knew their control.
Really?
If you go on the road and hold sprint, no wonder why you had a bad experience. They know, like CD Projekt Red, like okay, our horse controls are fucking shit.
Garbage.
So if you get on the road and just hold sprint, you don't have to.
Yeah,
control
and he
it.
just goes on his own. That's kind of fun, actually.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's like
it feels nice.
Go home and try it.
Yeah, I'll go home right now.
I know you haven't beaten it, but you had it on your list too, Taylor, right?
Yes.
What do you think so far? I don't know where you are. Like,
it's awesome. I mean, I'm not really too far into the story. I think I'm far enough to give like a good opinion on it, though.
Yeah, you put it on your top 5. So.
Yeah, because it immediately shot there because just one night I was just like, I want to play a game that I can really sink time into, and The Witcher 3 is fucking perfect for that.
Oh yeah,
so like,
absolutely.
I just started at like 11 at night, and then ended up finishing at like 5 in the morning, just playing it all the way through, and it's fun. I mean, I love the story to it. I think the combat's really cool when you can kind of get used to the controls and stuff like that. And I just thought it was a perfect meld of, RPG, action, all of the above, really. And I had a lot of fun with it with a little bit of time I did have. I haven't beat it, so, I mean, I know you guys probably have. And
it gets better. The storyline, the main storyline, dude.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure I'll finish it sometime in 2016. And just when I finally get around to it. But I fucking loved it. Enough to basically put it in my top 5. So I really liked it. The action's great. The story's good.
Yeah.
What can be said about it that hasn't already?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And every time I play it and I look at the NPCs or the voice acting for each NPC, I think about BioWare and Bethesda and just every time I'm like, why don't they do this? They could make...
it goes into like, you mean like a cut scene every time you talk to someone.
Yeah.
Whereas like Dragon Age, you like just spin the camera around that static ass.
Yeah. And just the way the models look. Because you see Bethesda or BioWare games and
beautiful game.
And like the NPCs look blank or kind of mannequin-y, and then in The Witcher
soft,
you're just
they
like...
look kind of soft.
Yeah, exactly. And then The Witcher, you're just like, wow.
They're dirty.
Yeah, people have dirt on them.
They're dirty, and it's not a good world.
Fucking ugly looking people.
It's a really depressing ass world to live in.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Game of Thrones in that sense. Like,
very much so.
It's not like Lord of the Rings, like this kind of epic.
Yeah.
Like it's very like down to earth and like kind of gross and just depressing place to be. So that was our second game of the year, or second number 2 for game of the year.
Oh, and music was good.
Music was awesome.
I use this one song. I use this one song for all my experience point intros.
La, 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 la.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I'm doing a cover of it. Coming out soon.
We'll be able to use that for our videos.
I'll hit the bongo drums and everything.
The bongo drums. I can just keep higher. All right, guys, it's time for our game of the year. I'm gonna give this an extra dramatic little video intro here, with it's gonna be pretty much a repeat of what I did earlier. But here's that part right now. Bloodborne.
Your blood's gone bad. I knew it was. The devil came. Made you bad for good. So death is coming to purge this town. I know your name. And I'm gonna cut you.
There you go, guys. Bloodborne. ZeroHP's game of the year.
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne.
Oh man,
That's the first rum game I've ever beat.
yeah. That
I was all proud
awesome,
of
man.
myself. I was the first thing
Yeah.
I did. It's like I'm texting Jimmy right now.
Yeah,
soon
I
as the
thought I
credits
was gonna
roll,
be the only
Jimmy.
one. So,
Pulled it up.
yeah, you were.
It's the second I beat it, I texted
Yeah, that was fantastic. This was the game I was most excited for throughout the whole year, or throughout 2014.
you. I was gonna
basically.
say it came out early for you.
Yeah,
So that's good.
yeah.
March, right?
Yep.
March 24th.
And like I said when during the Witcher segment, I could say more good things about Witcher, but it came down to what I had most fun with, and what I had most fun with is Bloodborne, because I'm just a sucker for their mechanic,
Their loop.
Yeah, the Dark Souls series. I just fucking love that game style.
Yeah.
It didn't need a story for me. It doesn't need any of that. I just love
It tells
playing
a
that
story
game.
through its brilliant art and world.
Oh yeah, and I actually kind of tell myself my own kind of story for what I like. I do like to sit there and imagine what happened at this area.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Which is what Miyazaki wants you to do.
Make
Yeah.
up your own head canon.
Yep.
Took me a second to realize what the fuck you. Oh, I'll get it. Canon CANON.
Yeah.
I'm currently playing through the DLC.
The Old Hunters.
Here, for any of you out there that is interested in playing the DLC, do not beat the game first, because you go into New Game Plus mode once you do, and then the DLC is about 30,000 times harder than it should be.
And you have to get to it, which is like a third of the way through the game.
And you have to get to it, so just don't do that. But I will say this, the DLC is better than the game. The zones are better, the enemies are better. It's fucking cool.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
It is a cool looking.
I'll have to delete my save and just do an actual new
I've
game.
been thinking of doing it because I can't get through it, man.
Have you gotten past Vicar Amelia yet?
I did.
Okay. So you're in it now.
Yeah. I can't beat the first boss. That's where I'm at, and I'm just stuck. I'm way stuck.
I love it, but I had a wonderful time with it. I'm a huge. Those are always the games I want to finish. Like Dark Souls, I own all of them. I played all of them. I just bought Dark Souls 2 on PS4 because I want to beat it. But I've just never been able to stick with them long enough. I just love them anyways.
Yeah.
So Bloodborne, I started it March 24th, and I beat it last month, right?
Yeah.
So
Totally.
It's
been a long time coming.
I would just I'd play it religiously for a whole weekend, and I mean a whole weekend, nothing but playing it, and then I get to a point where fuck this, and I wouldn't play it for a month. And then I come back and I'm like, oh, pop Bloodborne in, I kept Bloodborne out next to my TV, so it would just stare at me like, the fuck are you doing? Yeah, you're not playing me, are you?
That's how it would
you pussy
talk to
bitch.
you too.
And so eventually I just beat it.
I also feel like it was most just original game. Just the concept, the mechanics, the weapons. The weapons are the most original weapons in video games in a long time.
Yeah.
The saw
cleaver
axe
thing.
things
Yeah.
and-
Well, it's the dual version of each. Everything has two weapons.
Weird
Yeah.
electro mace thing.
And then also replacing a blocking mechanic for a pairing mechanic, but not pairing with a sword, doing it with a gun.
Yeah.
A blunderbuss or a pistol. It's just really cool. Also, art direction was my favorite.
If we had that category, it would win.
Yeah, easily.
Exactly. It's best art direction. It's just so beautiful and
Absolutely.
wet.
Yeah, everything is
wet
drips.
Wet. Yeah. Boss.
Yep, that was a fun boss fight actually, because it was like difficult,
Yeah.
but not like impossible.
Yeah.
So how about you, Taylor? Like, what do you feel about Bloodborne? Like,
Bloodborne was awesome, man. I think the thing that I really loved about it, I think the thing that people love about the Souls games in general, the whole series, is that they really harken back to that old like NES, Super Nintendo, you know, that generation of like games where it was just so fucking hard. You had to go through so many trials and tribulations of fighting the same boss, going through the same areas over and over again because you kept dying. But every time you really go into it, you get smarter about what you're doing.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I think that's one thing I really love about the series. I think the most out of any is that it doesn't hold your hand. It doesn't baby you with a shitty tutorial that, like, you know, makes you run through it and you're just like, oh, fuck, like, what? Like, I don't want to do this.
Yep.
Like, it's another thing I respected about Witcher, too, is you could actually skip the tutorials.
Mm-hmm.
Don't, by the way, because I did that.
and next thing you were texting me, I don't get how the combat works.
I was like, I don't get it. So, yeah, that's what I think is awesome. It doesn't baby you and brings you this, like, riveting game with great art and just awesome gameplay mechanics. And I think, honestly, a lot of our favorite games this year were RPGs, and I think the RPG genre is only getting better and better, and Bloodborne is definitely in the front running for some of the best RPGs. So
Yeah, and that RPGs dominate Game of the Year lists every year. It seems like
they're awesome.
it's just because they just do a little bit of everything, and they also leave an emotional impact.
Oh yeah.
So like it's a dual, because you know the best RPGs have good combat and all that still, like other games, but they also tell a story and they also have progression. So it's like they make the player like attached to it in more than just like Call of Duty or whatever, you know.
Yeah. So so that's our Game of the Year,
The
top
GOATY.
5.
GOATY.
Bloodborne.
Zero HP's GOATY, Bloodborne. So we've now had 2. This is our second annual show.
It is.
So Middle Earth Shadows of Mordor was our first Game of the Year ever.
Yeah, it
and
was.
then
yeah.
Bloodborne is our number 2 Game of the Year.
Yeah. So just real quick before we end it, Taylor, what were your top 5?
Oh fuck.
I won't remember the order, but Metal Gear Solid was my Game of the Year. I had Bloodborne, I think, second. Witcher third. Fallout fourth. Fallout 4 fourth. And then 5 I actually had Splatoon.
Yeah,
That was
awesome.
top 5.
Do you remember your top 5? I know you had Xenoblade on
Yeah,
there.
I did. I had Bloodborne, Xenoblade Chronicles. This is in order. So
Yeah, this is in order.
Bloodborne,
Bloodborne
top.
number 1.
Witcher was third. I can't remember if Super Mario Maker was next. It was? Okay, so that was next, and then Dying Light was last.
Dying Light was awesome. People forget that came out in January.
Yeah.
That counts, goddammit.
It wasn't on my list originally because I thought it was
you forgot.
2014.
Yeah.
It just felt that
It came
way.
out like
for some
January
reason.
9th. or
Yeah,
something like
exactly.
That, so I still haven't beat it. It was a great game, though.
Cool. And
My
yours?
list, fuck. Okay, so 1 was Witcher, if you couldn't guess. 2 was Bloodborne. I think 3 was Fallout 4. Even though I just kind of talked shit about it the whole time. I still really enjoyed the game. It was a great game.
Yeah.
3 was Fallout 4. 4 was Tomb Raider.
Yes.
Love Tomb Raider. And 5 was Attila Total War.
Nice.
And those are my 5. So kind of weird.
It's a diverse list.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Total War, if it comes out, it's probably going to be my top 5 games of the year.
Yeah. I think we all did pretty good at diversifying.
Yeah, we all have different interests, but at the same time, they all came out to be Witcher and Bloodborne and got the most votes. They actually tied. Bloodborne got 1 more vote from Chris.
Oh, gotcha.
That was it. Yeah. They tied. So, all right, guys. Any last final things here? We're at 34 minutes right now, which is perfect. We didn't want to go any longer.
No, I'm good. I think it was a great list. 2015 was a great year.
Yeah, great year in gaming, and hope we look to another one.
All right, later, guys.
Peace.